Citizens react to Lydia Balogun, a biracial lady representing Nigeria in the Miss Aura beauty pageant, after this video was released online. Take a look. Now, in case a lot of you don't remember who Lydia is, she's the lady from the RBC podcast with Caramel that went viral a couple of months ago for having controversial takes on certain topics. The reason a lot of Nigerians are not happy that Lydia is representing the country has nothing to do with that, but all to do with the fact that she's a biracial / light-skinned lady representing a nation that is mostly filled with dark-skinned population. First comment we have here says, I wish Miss Nigeria was a monoracial Nigerian. Next person says, her beauty features are very European. It's important African or proper Nigerian beauty features are emphasized, but you're making it look like people are hating on her. Why is a biracial woman representing Nigeria? Why does Miss Nigeria look like a white woman? More comments on why she's light or white, and someone says, as a Nigerian, the Ghanaian lady represented the proper black woman. Last comment here just went all out and even questioned if she was a Nigerian to begin with. This person says, nobody is saying she's not Nigerian enough, but let's be real, a light-skinned, almost white-looking girl representing the most populous black nation in the world just does not sit right.
Wow, what hypocrisy from Nigerians. Now, the question I'm asking myself is, who is labeling Nigerians racists? Who is labeling Nigerians xenophobic? Because some of them even say that she doesn't even look Nigerian, but European. Now, who is labeling Nigerians colorist? Who's labeling Nigerians hateful towards Lydia? I'm not hearing all of those things. And this case took place sometime last year in 2023. And the world never heard of this. This is the first time some of us are discovering these sort of situations. You know one thing about South Africans, you come for us, we definitely are going to come back for you, because we will dig and will find information that is also going to expose the real person that you are. I find it very interesting that Nigerians are the most religious people on the continent, as far as I've observed. But the type of evil some of these people they exercise and practice, it's beyond comprehension. And this is one of these instances where people are hating on a Nigerian born woman. Her only sin is that she's light skinned and almost has Eurocentric looks or features and has a straight hair. And she made it to represent the people of Nigeria at a beauty contest. And Nigerians rejected her. They outright rejected her. The same amount of energy that South Africans are putting in Chidimma or Chidimma, let's put it that way. The Nigerians did the same thing, and nobody called them out. Nobody accused them of anything. And yet, South Africans, we need to roll over and play dead and have somebody who doesn't even speak a word of any of our 11 official languages. If you ask any South African, and this is a challenge to anybody that is in South Africa and not a South African citizen, go to a South African and ask them, how many languages do you speak and how many do you understand out of the 11 official languages? A South African will tell you that I can speak either, an average South African will tell you I speak 4 South African languages, I understand 7 or 8. Sometimes you will hear them say, I speak all 11 official languages. I myself, as a South African citizen, I speak 4 South African languages and I understand 6 of the 11 South African languages, which does put me in that bracket of average South African. How many languages do you understand or speak from the 11? I understand 4. I speak 4, I understand 6. Now, Chidimma, not even 1. And yet, I read somewhere where they claimed, or she claimed, that she is a Zulu. And I don't understand. How would you choose a nation that is so proud of its language and attach yourself to it, or insert yourself to it and tell the whole world that I'm a Zulu by South African born but Nigerian of a Nigerian father, and yet you don't even speak one word of isiZulu? That the Zulu Nation, I'm glad that the Zulu Nation hasn't picked this up yet, because Zulus will not take kindly to anybody claiming to be ours when in fact they can't even speak our language. One thing about Zulu people, the pride is in the language. Yes, the culture follows, but the language is the number one thing that we hold dear to our hearts. And we will make sure that anybody that comes in our territory, you do not come with any other foreign language and try to implant it or insert it onto the Zulu people. Now, when she says she's a Zulu and yet she doesn't speak Zulu, no, that cannot be. Now, back to that video of Lydia. Lydia, unfortunately, she had a horrible 2023 where her own people rejected her when all that she had in her heart was the best interest of Nigeria and the Nigerian people themselves. But they said no, all because she was biracial. In South Africa, we call them colored people that are biracial, and others were actually handing her over to Europe, not Nigeria. It's very, very interesting. And another thing that I also noticed while I was listening to Chidimma's father, where he was explaining is that he met Chidimma's mother in the UK. And when they met in the UK, they both did not have children. Even when they came to South Africa and got married in South Africa, they did not have children. Now, make the math here for me. How come Chidimma is a 23-year-old and yet the parents met, let's say, in 2010 when they came for the World Cup in South Africa? Chidimma is supposed to be either in her mid 13th year birthday or 14th birthday, if that is the case. So now the question is,
origin?
I'm a Nigerian and my wife is a South African. I spent 10 years in South Africa.
What surname are they using?
My surname. Actually, as I said, I got married. I met my wife in the UK. She's a South African, by the way. So we met in the UK. So in 2010, during World Cup, we decided we're gonna visit. At that time, we don't have children. Then I have to return back again in 2013, and then with a visitor's visa, then got married to my wife in South Africa.
And are your kids a South African or Nigerian?
It's called dual citizen. They are both. They are Nigerian kids that have every single right that you have as a South African.
Is Chidimma even the child of the South African woman that the father claims to have married, and therefore the child, and therefore the mother to Chidimma? I mean, we know most Nigerians, when they come to South Africa or anywhere else in the world behind, they left a slew of children with a wife. So my suspicion is indeed Chidimma is her father's daughter, but not of the South African woman that her father married in 2010, but a child of one of his wives in Nigeria. And therefore, maybe Chidimma wanted to come to South Africa because of the opportunities and privileges that she might enjoy. Somewhere, somehow, she managed to obtain herself the South African citizenship. And this is where Home Affairs needs to dig and find out, where exactly was Chidimma born? She said she was born in Baragwanath Hospital in Soweto. Now, the records are there. The archives are there. I've been there with my sister when she needed to do her ID. We were sent down the dungeon at the Baragwanath Hospital to go and look for the files of the year she was born in 1986. And indeed, there she was, under the D's. But would we find Chidimma, Onwe, in those archives at Baragwanath Hospital if indeed push came to shove? I doubt that. I seriously doubt that, because the father said when he married his South African wife, they did not have children. This is coming from the horse's mouth. I don't think she's a South African citizen. This is a young girl that probably was brought by her father to come and live with him together with his South African wife in South Africa. How, therefore, did she obtain South African citizen is where the investigations need to begin. Nigerians, y'all are hypocrites. Evil. Let me tell you that. If nobody ever told you that, now I'm telling you. What you did to Lydia was evil. What we are doing here with Chidimma, we are just asking questions so that we are comfortable with the person. If she ever happened to win Miss South Africa, we are comfortable with the person that is going to represent us on a global stage, because we understand that as she struts herself on that stage or stages, South Africa, she carries it in her heart, not something else. I can bet that tomorrow, as the sun will rise, that she is not a South African citizen after what the father admitted in that radio interview. We are not making this up. This is not made up. We are asking legitimate questions. There is no way that there's going to be a South African born that does not speak even one of our official languages. Okay, forget the English part. Let's say 10 of our official languages that is spoken in this country, particularly Zulu. Everybody, almost everybody knows how to speak and understand isiZulu. And if she claims that she's Zulu, then she should be able to speak and understand isiZulu. As a Zulu person, I'm offended. Anyways, guys, let's see each other in my next video. But before you go, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment so that we can have this discussion even further, so that we can spread this word around. Let's have some rotten eggs thrown at the celebrities that try to dumb down Chidimma down our throats. For the longest time, I have given her the benefit of the doubt, but after what the father said, I'm sorry, I've changed my mind. She's not a South African citizen. She was not born here until it is proven otherwise. See you next time. Bye.